Someone asks, long life. Can a man guarantee himself long life? And somebody said, okay, it's written, long life without good. But let me know. I think somebody said, can a man, human being, oh, sorry, friend, when I mean man, it means both a unisex, male or female. Can human guarantee his or herself long life?
Okay, it's quite a very funny question, but it's an intelligent one too because people want to live long. If we check the stats today, young people are dying, and it is not a good thing.
Not a good thing.
It is not a good thing. But that being said, only God gives long life. Yes, only God gives long life.
May God give us long life.
Amen to that. There is a saying that 95% of people will die from sickness-related disease. Sickness-related situations, maybe a disease or whatever, and only 5% of people will die from natural causes. Natural causes could mean accidents. Natural causes could mean the person sleeps and not wakes up in the next morning. Natural causes could be anything within that space. But this also mean that it is impossible for a human to determine how long he or she will live.
Okay.
One factor that can help you in that is if you live a healthy lifestyle.
Hey.
One of the things that we've just mentioned earlier, if you take the food you eat as important as it should be, take exercises important, and take rest to be important. Those are roles that you have to play to ensure that you live long and you live strong, healthy. Yes. But there is a but to that because we believe that there is a creator who created us, and he has a timeline to things, and which means anything can happen. There is no 100% certainty to the fact that everything I do is going to give me long life. That's the only thing I can say. But as humans, we have our roles to play. Number one, make sure you eat well, which is eat the right kind of food.
If you remember, eating the right kind of food, eat food as medicine. Sorry to
interrupt you. Yes, eat your food as medicine, then exercise, and then rest. These are the three things anybody can do to improve their health and give themselves the possibility of living a longer life.
So what you're trying to say now, why is God Almighty that guarantees long life? Now, we have our part to play.
Yes.
To be healthy. So not about having long life, but also having a good healthy life. Now, a part of the question that my system is, how can I manage stress and mental health?
Oh, yeah. Very.
Stress and mental health.
Both are very technical. So let me take stress.
Okay.
Stress, you can manage it by resting. Yes. Because when you rest, you can easily overcome stress. Exactly. But if you are not resting, especially in today's world where we're trying to do a whole lot, we're trying to, as mothers, we have children we need to take care of, we have husbands to attend to, as fathers, you have work to attend to because you need to pay the bills, and the bills are constantly piling up. With the economic downtime giving you a hard time, it is challenging. So to manage stress, you really have to rest. You have to find time to rest. You have to find time to do what you love to do, things that will make you happy, because that plays.
It's also part of managing.
Yes.
Doing what makes somebody happy.
Yes, doing what makes you happy. It helps you manage stress.
Friend, did you hear that? What makes you happy? Try, enjoy doing that thing. Like it will also give healing to stress. Okay, please go on.
Yeah, and another thing that helps to manage stress is exercises. So one of the advantages or the benefits of exercises is when you exercise, you give your body sleeps better. Yes, so
when I exercise,
your body sleeps better.
My body sleeps better.
So that's why you notice some people exercise in the evenings,
or
some people exercise when they wake up in the morning.
Okay.
Well, for people who don't have time when they wake up in the morning, they tend to go back in the evening and do those exercises. So and then at that point in time, you're able to sleep better at night. Yes.
Okay, the mental health.
Oh yeah, the mental health. How do one manage mental health? First of all, like I said, one of the best ways to manage these things is, first of all, do what makes you happy. Hang around your loved ones because they would make you happy. Yes. As a father, as a mother, you have kids, your kids make you happy. So hang around them, play with them, enjoy being around them. Get a lot
People
of
that make
things,
you happy.
yeah, people that make you happy. Get a lot of things off your mind unnecessarily. Accept the situation where you are. Notice that there are things you cannot control. And the things you can control, I believe you are doing something about controlling them. But the things you cannot control, leave that to God, or leave it out of your mindset, or leave it out of your mind, and do not worry much about it. And focus on what you can control. But most importantly, hang around people who make you happy and make the best version of yourself come out.
Friends, again I appeal. I beg you, share this. Make your inputs. Man, let me ask this question quickly. Most of my friends, when the question came, waiting for me to use Celestine, a group say, no, don't bring it up. It will make us lose some of our audience. Some groups say, no, let them be aware. Alcohol. Because most of my friends are friends who take that, they will take it. Now, some will say no, they will manage it, they will control it. I say no, let's keep our opinion. Ben will be available on global scale. Now, alcohol, the benefits and the merits to the body.
So it's I don't know how to put this because
someone said if alcohol was not good, what will for those who are Christian, Apostle Paul said to Timothy, take a little bit because of your tongue.
So yes. So I will put this. Even the doctors will tell you red wine is good for the heart. Yeah, red wine is good for the heart. It's good. So red wine is alcoholic, right?
Yeah.
So let's stick to that one.
Okay.
So the moment we've gone way past red wine, which I mean, if we want to go by Bible times, it was more of wine. Bible used the word wine more of the time.
Okay.
Yes. And so if we are to switch that into today's world, we have evolved from what is supposed to be wine to a lot more. So I don't want to call the brands because people will be offended by all of that.
Okay.
And I don't want people to attack your program over it. But then the continuous use of alcohol will cause certain damages to your liver.
Okay, that means it should be managed.
Yes, as much as possible or completely eradicated. Why? Because it doesn't just harm your liver, it exposes you to cancer. Yes, it exposes you to cancer. It exposes you to things that will be detrimental to you when you get to age 50, 60, 70. So the best thing is cut down on excessive alcohol and probably eradicate it. That would be my advice. Eradicate it from your lifestyle or cut it down completely. Maybe once in a blue moon type of situation.
Okay, all right.
I hope I answered it.
Okay, I think I like it simple like that. Okay, our friends they're getting what you want to say. Now, let me ask this one again. How can I prevent health challenges?
Okay.
I wanted to add disease, but let me keep that aside. How can I prevent health challenges?
Okay, so I think what you mean is how can you prevent lifestyle diseases, preferably, because health challenges could be anything.
Okay.
For example, if I come into an accident, God forbid, or someone has an accident, it has become a health challenge.
Okay.
That's unprecedented. That is not what the person had. Yeah. That just happened. That's a natural disaster as far as human is concerned. An accident is natural. So how can you prevent lifestyle diseases will
Yeah.
be better, because you can't necessarily prevent accidents when they happen,
Okay.
even though the primary thing is to drive safely,
Okay.
but you might be driving safely and the other driver might not. So we only pray that when we go on the road, everybody is sane and doing the will of God in their lives by driving well. So, but then when you talk about how do you manage lifestyle diseases, we're talking about, number one, primarily, eat the right kind of food. Again, eat the right kind of food.
You are so particular about people eating the right kind of food. Is it that really important?
Oh, yes, it is so important. I'm sorry, if you're eating pizza, if you're eating shawarma, you're eating all of the burgers, all of the processed foods,
Without eating normal food.
without eating organic plant-based food, you are giving yourself a 99% chance of falling sick.
To my friends that I love shawarma, burger and everything, Ben is not trying to attack you or for you to feel bad. What he's trying to say, why you eat those things? Eating normal organic food grown from the ground.
Exactly.
Remember, with food for medicine, that is, you need it also. What Ben is trying to bring to our conscious understanding, what will keep you and I healthy, so that the person we see today will see that person tomorrow. May God go on.
Yes.
I think I like that. So that the person you see today, you see that person tomorrow and in good health. So let's go on, sir.
So it's so important that what you eat is really, really important. Then another aspect of the food you eat is, how do you cook what you eat? Yes, because the way you cook your food can make you lose so much nutrient from your food. And so apparently you are eating supposed organic food, plant-based food, but you've lost a lot of nutrition from the food because of the way you are cooking it.
I remember we talk about cooking yam. The way to cook yam, don't peel the back end.
Yes, don't peel
you can
it.
say, I remember everything.
Yes.
Of course, please continue.
So that's the second stage. The first stage is eating the right kind of food, plant-based food, organic food. The second one is, how do you cook what you eat?
Okay.
Do you understand? And then the third one would now be what you're using in cooking these foods.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, we live in a space and in a time where people can necessarily use anything. It's so bad that in today's world, we're using microwave to heat up our food. Some people even use microwave to cook their food. It is really, really bad. And I don't mean this to say it. I know a lot of people would come and say, oh, but microwave is okay and all of that. I promise you, microwave is not good for you. Microwave is full of radiation. And especially depending on what you're using to heat up that food in the microwave, it is so, especially if you're using plastic, you're just giving yourself a lot of problems, because you're giving yourself the opportunity to have and develop cancer in your body, because microwave has been linked to cancer. So I would leave that subject, in that space, and leave everybody who's probably using microwave to ask themselves questions. If you are being put in a room and you are given $20 million and you know that room is full of radiation, would you go in there for all that amount of money? And if your answer is no, then it tells you what you need to know about microwave. You don't need microwave in your home. So, yes.
Okay, let me now. Before we conclude, I want to ask this question. Let it maybe at the concluding stage. With everything we've done so far, what defines good health? Or what is good health in a simple language?
Oh, that's good. Well,
this is a take-home, friends.
Well, I did explain earlier in the morning, earlier when we started, good health or wellness is three parts: physical health, mental health, and social health.
Yeah.
The combination of these three, if we monitor it and pay attention to them, that is what good health is about.
Okay, now for the take home, something out of the system, what do you think you want to give to our global audience? They say, Dix, from you two, do not throw this question to Mr. Ben, and you gave it to them as
As a take-home.
I like that. As a
Okay.
take-home.
Okay, so one thing I would say to everyone is drink more water. Yes. Move more.
Okay.
Move more. That means walk more. Take a walk. Just keep moving. Don't be static. Don't keep sitting for too long. Drink more water, walk more, and sleep more. Yes, that is what I would advise.
So drink water.
Yes.
Walk
more.
So every opportunity, someone has to work. Maybe you'll be back from work in the evening hours. Anything that helps you to work, do it.
Just do it.
Eat well.
Eat well.
Rest well.
Rest well.
That means the part they play for good health.
Exactly.
So, friends, I wish you good health. Live well, live long, and live strong. So, Ben, please, your social media handle, we're going to flash it on our screen.
That's fine.
So that our audience can as well get to interact with you. They might have some personal questions. Let them hit it up to you.
Not a
okay?
problem.
So say, God bless you from you to
Thank you, everyone, for having me here the second time. It's been a privilege to share this moment with you from Me to You series. It's a wonderful experience with you guys again, and I look forward to being here the third time if you would allow me. Yes, you can actually contact me on WhatsApp. That's where I'm most active. For those who are overseas or within, it's +234 7068 3828 and 96. And feel free to reach out to me for
email address, email account.
Yeah, my email is beneidem@gmail.com. Yeah, always reach out to me for consultations if you have any. Thank you so much.
His phone numbers and email address will also be on the screen. Most of you don't want to reach him. It'd be awesome. It took all the time. He break a lot of protocol to be here because a special consultant, there are a lot of organizations. So, friends, like again, I beg you, share this information. Anybody, anyone, you want to have good health. What else? You want to buy that person gift of this school, but share this information so that you can see the person you see today, you see the person tomorrow again. God bless. Who else? Ikechukwu.